Welcome to the Brunch Ladies of Conshy Consignment, where you never know what we will be serving up. Hey everybody, welcome to the Brunch Ladies of Conshy Consignment. I'm back. It has been a minute. Even though this is episode 103, I took quite a hiatus here. So I'm just really happy to be back. I'm trying out some new things. We're going to do it on Facebook, YouTube, and then it is turned into a podcast for Monday release. So yeah, I want to tell you guys all about the cool things that we are doing here at Conshy Consignment. You know, what you are doing at Conshy Consignment, because as we know, this is a group effort, consignment. I get my consigners in. We have shoppers, we have customers showing us what's going on. But I just wanted to give you a brief update. So, you know, we've done a lot of Conshy Connects is our fundraising branch of Conshy Consignment, and our latest one was for the Fearless Living Fund, which supports the Blind Center of Nevada and gives scholarships to those helping themselves, clients of the Blind Center. So it's pretty amazing. We've wrapped that up last month, but I just wanted to show you, we did 1209. We raised $1,209 during our Conshy Connects fundraiser. All of you did that through donations, through shopping. It was just amazing, and we are so happy to support this amazing cause. And our friend Diane Lassand is the one that started this. And it's just grown, and this is an annual event we do. So if you want to get in on it, absolutely, you know, follow the Facebook page, download the Conshy Consignment app. And, you know, the important thing about this is also, even though it is an annual fundraiser and we do this big push in Q1 of every year for Fearless Living, you can donate items year round. We are raising money year round for all sorts of organizations, but we do 4 major fundraisers throughout the year where all the proceeds are donated. But if you want to get in on it and you want to donate some items, and this is a cause that you really love, and definitely follow us, send me a message, learn how to get involved. It's gonna be great. Yeah. So I'm trying some new things out here with Brunch Ladies. So bear with me. I think it's going to be kind of fun. And one of the things that we love at Conshy Consignment is when we get customer updates. So we started one week with this quote. It's a Dr. Seuss one. It's not about what it is about what it can become. Now, this goes for people and items. We do a lot of upcycling. We're learning a lot about ways to better support our, you know, local community and contribute to the circular economy. So we like to highlight things like that. But this particular one is a work in progress. I'm going to show you guys. So it is a work in progress. It is not done. So these cool little children's school chairs were shipped. I believe they were shipped to Ohio. Don't quote me on that. But all right. So a gentleman there loves these vintage school chairs, and he has a very specific use for them. He was a little bit like, all right, well, they're not done yet, but he is going to send us a photo of when they are done. But this is an idea. I'm not going to give you the spoiler alert until we get the finished product. I know what they're going to be, and it's pretty cool. So you can see he has them here installed on a board with casters, and he is refinishing them, and they are going to be so cool when he is done. But we are still waiting on that because it is, I think he's really a craftsman and takes pride in his work. So yes, I think he wants them to be beautiful and perfect. And I believe he is making them for his children. Okay. So grown adult children. if that gives you any clue about what they're going to be. But we had this very specific size he needed. They were an odd size. I think they had like a 14-inch height on the seat. So they were a very specific size he needs for his project. And a fun little flashback here. So I posted this. This is a picture of my sister and I think it's about 1979 in Springbrook, Pennsylvania here. We had this Wise potato chip sign, and there we are on it. But this was a staple, and I thought, oh my gosh, wouldn't it be cool if that sign was still here? Do you know how much we could sell that for? That would be crazy. So I posted that, and we were talking a little bit about Wise potato chips because it's kind of a regional thing. They are made in Berwick, Pennsylvania. But we had some people in the Boston area, Robin, shout out to you, that also enjoyed these potato chips. We always did. It reminds me of my Nan because she would always serve them up on Saturdays when we spent the day at her house. She put a bowl of potato chips on the on the table. All right, so Wise potato chips, still made, still love them. They have a whole bunch of different lines, and I think like maybe it's cheese doodles. I don't know. I stick with the original Wise potato chips though. That's what I like. Okay. So let's talk a little bit about what sold this week. So every week I put up a post on Facebook and Instagram, and it is generally I ask a question and I show you some of the items that sold throughout the week. So this week's question was, which item sold was mine, Libby's. I gave a hint. It was picked up, it was not shipped, and it was going to an upstate New York cabin. Okay, so I'm going to go through and see if you can figure out what it is. If you've been following along, you might already know what it is, but okay, here we go. These are some of the items that sold last week, and you can see we sell a super wide variety of items, and we like it that way. It keeps it really fun. And so let's see, we have a sexy pose Tina Louise picture there, Gilligan's Island actress that sold, a Hurley hat. We had some swim briefs. We had some Spanx. It's Spanx and formal season. Yeah. So we're selling a lot of like undergarments and things like that right now. Of course, all new. Some really cool vintage earrings. I wonder if some of these made it to proms. Some of them were clip-on. A lot of rhinestones this season. You can see there's like all sorts of fancy rhinestone necklace, earrings, clip-on rhinestone bracelet. That was a hot item. We also sold another Liz Tech brooch, which you can't really see the details of too well here. And this is also translated to podcast, so that's why I'm doing a job of describing actually what I'm seeing here. So the Liz Tech brooch, that is a local artist. She does some incredible things. You can see it there on it was the Double Dancers, this one's called. But they are very intricate bead and metal work, and they are just fantastic. If you haven't looked up those brooches, they are highly collectible, and they are a lot of fun. All right, and then some, Christmas ornaments sell year round. I know a lot of you, as my consigners, will ask, what's the best time to bring in my Christmas items? And the answer is any time. So we sold 2 Beatrix Potter vintage. I think they were from the 80s and 90s ornaments. They were kind of cool. A bicentennial pewter Pennsylvania decorative license plate. All right, let's see what's next here. A belt, a Fairytopia journal, this really fun children's water toy. What kids don't love water toys, right? We have a laser disc, which is an odd little sale. Yes, people still collect and I guess watch, I don't know, laser discs. I've personally never owned a laser disc player or played one ever, but it's still a thing. And then we had a local customer who I shipped. There's this beautiful like fuchsia kind of colored shirt and scarf to her. And God bless, because she lives probably about 15 miles away. Shipped it, should have been there the next day. So yeah, it went on a wild ride. It went to like New York, Philadelphia, everywhere. She didn't receive the package, but she was patient. She said, yeah, it would have been easier to just pick it up. I said, yeah. All right. There have been those instances. They are few and far between that the post office, these items go on a wild ride, but hers was one of them. And it's extra interesting, I guess, when it's a local customer and that happens, but it does happen occasionally. It is definitely the exception and not the rule, but love my local customers. Okay. Let's see what else. We had this Bella 2. There's kind of like a tropical looking dress that is really, really pretty. We had this Redken super fancy brush that sold for, we have two things on here that sold for the Fearless Living Fund because we fundraise all year. We had the Redken brush, and we had this really cool triple drawer vintage 1950s jewelry box that sold. It's that beige exterior, and it had a really pretty blue lining. Diane had actually donated that, and that sold as part of the Fearless Living Fund. We had some Coco Pelli earrings that sold, sterling silver. This pendant light sold. It's a Canadian-made brand. It is, I forget, Art Craft or something. I think it's Art Craft. That sold. I have had that in inventory for years, which is shocking. That happens sometimes. Like, you don't know why something doesn't sell, but it did eventually sell, and that was kind of neat. And then shout out to Pure Hustle Podcast. They were talking about like Masonic items and pins, and I listened to their podcast, and all of a sudden, like magic, this Masonic pin sold. So that was kind of fun. We have this kind of joke around here that we have like 12,000, 11,000, 12,000 items in inventory, right? So some of them will be here for a while. Some of them sell quickly. It's really a mix, but all we have to do is talk about something or touch something or put it in a corner that's really hard to reach, and it'll sell. Little trick if there's any other sellers listening out there. All right, let's see what else we had. These fun little Welch's glasses, the Archie comics. These were the last two we had in inventory. We had a whole collection of them. They sold this past week. Bathing suit. This book I'd never heard of. It's a vintage golden book, Pantaloon. That sold actually on Poshmark. Some bathing suits, some really pretty Coach flats, Coach shoes flats. These hollow 14 karat gold earrings that you see on top there. A front door. Shut the front door. Yep. And we have this. I'd never seen this. All right. So for those of you listening, it is, you'll see a picture, or there's a picture here on the screen. It's Royal Dalton, and it is poppies, and it is their Art Nouveau style. I had never seen this before, but if you ever see anything in this pattern, it is highly, highly collectible. This was their smaller picture. So that sold almost immediately when I posted it. It's the poppies Art Nouveau style. And this one even had a lot of which of course I showed in the photos, like crazing, like cracks in the glaze and everything, but it still sold for a pretty decent amount. So keep an eye out for that. Or if you have any at your house, don't get rid of it. Consign it, sell it, right? All right. We had a lot of undergarments here that sold. We had this vintage Disney Donald Duck pin. I had picked it up, just a plastic pin. And I thought it was interesting because it was made in St. Lucia, and I never see Disney items that are made in St. Lucia. So I picked it up, and all right, somebody found the value in that. There's also, there's another Christmas ornament that sold, some Tory Birch flats, a sterling silver cross, lots of jewelry this week, jewelry and undergarments. Okay. And a NASA patch. I have a couple NASA patches here left from a large collection we received a couple of years ago. There are a couple left. They sell steadily. Slowly but steadily. And then a movie, A Night for Dying Tigers. Never heard of it. That goes. All right. So what we do is one of our Conshy Connects things is friends of the Conshohocken Library. So they donate a lot of things. We sell them and raise funds. And one of the things that they donate is their CD or their DVDs and things like that. So they do really well. People are happy to have them, and we're happy to keep them out of the landfill. So that's pretty neat. And raise money for the Friends of the Conshohocken Library. So, win-win. All right. Let's see. Putting all these things up. This is kind of fun. All right. So the item that was mine that sold, and I maybe gave you a clue as I was going through here, it was my old front door. Oh my gosh. Yes. I'm going to post pictures of the entryway, the new entryway to my home when it is complete, so you can see what it was replaced with. But this went up to upstate New York to somebody that is redoing a cabin up there, and they were very happy to have the door. We sold it. There was a problem with the sill. I mean, it was still a great exterior door. $49, listing it for that much because we just wanted to get it gone and have a new home and make room here. Listing it for that much. I got 1,000,001 responses and people that wanted the door and were coming to pick it up and blah, 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 blah. So I was really happy. The gentleman that came to pick it up was just incredibly nice. He was telling us about his property and the project, and him and his wife were really great. So that was a fun sale, and it was kind of cool to see this thing that, otherwise might have been thrown in a construction dumpster or something like that is going to have a great new home. So I always love that. Yeah. Let's see what else. So every Thursday night, if you have not joined us, we do our resale therapy sale. We do a live sale on Facebook. We have a wheel of fun with prizes. So if you haven't hopped on over there on a Thursday, the sale is live for 48 hours afterward. We have a nice little group of people. And generally what it is I'm showing you the new things that come in. I'm giving you first dibs on them before they are put out to the rest of the world. And it's just a lot of fun. It's a nice group. Come see the new items. We do a lot of laughing, a lot of joking around, and we really enjoy that. So if you haven't joined us for that, go ahead, come on over. Some nice people, a good way to spend 45 minutes on a Thursday night of connection and shopping, resale therapy, right? And then at 8 p.m. Eastern, I go over to Instagram and I do a live unboxing. Not really a sale, but I'll just show you guys some stuff that came in. And that is also a whole lot of fun. Yeah. All right. So that is pretty much what's going on. I'm going to be adding, just so you know, you heard it first here, I'm going to be adding some pop-up sales here and there, and so is Molly. So if you want to take advantage or just, pop in, say hi, you can see them. I would say the best way to see them is to download the Conshy Consignment app. You can do that on Android, on iPhone. It's just called Conshy Consignment. You just download the app, and the pop-up sales will be live in there as well as on Facebook and Instagram, but is way more reliable on the Conshy Consignment app. You can also shop all of our inventory there, and you can get some pretty good deals and things that normally would have shipping. Buying them elsewhere, you will be able to get sans the shipping, without the shipping. A lot of them you'll be able to get without paying the shipping. You also, if you are a local customer to us, you can do free pickup. So there you have it. Yes. And all the measurements of items are in there. It's just a lot of fun. We've got a lot of really good feedback on the app. So definitely take advantage. Let's see, is there anything else I have missed for this week at Conshy Consignment? I think that about sums it up. I'm going to be doing this weekly, and really excited to have that extra connection with everybody and show you, because I always get a million questions about what sold during the week, if we have any cool history of what sold, if you want to see if some of your items sold and are highlighted. Another great way to connect. So, leave a comment, give us some feedback. If there's something you want to see that I haven't thought of, a story you want to hear, maybe the story about those twin bracelets from my family, because we definitely get some interesting things happening here. Next week, I think I will try to remember to show you and tell you the story of the Tollware mirror that ended up in an outhouse, not really an outhouse, but a converted outhouse in North Carolina, and I will bring you that. So that's a lot of fun. All right, so I am going to close out by showing you a video. It's one of my favorite. It is a clip from a Brunch Ladies episode we did with Fearless Living, and I'm going to show that to you, and I will be right back.
And all these things that could bring people down, but when you magnify the positive, here we are, right? And now people see the message that, man, there's really people out here that are changing lives, and it does only take one person, right? And then that one person talks to you, and that one person talks to someone else, and next thing you know, we don't have the same issues we have anymore, right? And blind people all around the world are being serviced in a way in which it really takes care of their needs that they have and the challenges that they go through. So.
All right, there you have it. That was Ryan from the Blind Center of Nevada. And at the bottom there, you were able to see a picture of the scholarships presented this year to Gary and Evander, who work at the Blind Center. Gary actually does the eBay listings, and it's pretty amazing process to see. You will see me talk all about you will hear me talk all about the Blind Center of Nevada, and what they are doing, and hopefully, helping other agencies and other people start up throughout the United States, or maybe even throughout the world. But we love to highlight them, and we also like to highlight them because we want to thank you for supporting the fundraisers we do, for contributing, for spreading the word, for getting interested and involved. So thank you. And all right, well, I think that's a wrap for today. I'm going to check one thing, and all right, here we go. Until next week, my friends, have a good one. To see what Conshy Consignment is serving up on the daily, visit us at conshyconsignment.com or on Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube.